You're such an asshole.
Hello, children. Financial Question Cappy here. Brought to you by Bachelor Pad Economics, the financial advice Bible for men and women who are bold enough to read it. What do you mean I have to save money for retirement? Which is what this question is about. It's a good question. I'm a 30-year-old guy. Recently, I've crossed the $200,000 net worth in my brokerage account. I did so by living like a pauper, contributing around $20,000 a year for the past 5 to 6 years into my index fund investment. I ran some numbers and came to a conclusion that if I will not contribute a cent more starting tomorrow and leave this account alone for the next 15 to 25 years, given the average annual return of compounding to 8 to 10%, that is net inflation, I will be, well, you should have do 6 to 7 because that's what inflation is now. You got to net that out. But 8 is what you really ought to do. That's your real rate of return. I'll be sitting on around $1.3 to $1.5 million in the end, more if I decide to let it grow 25 to 30 years. So then you're going to retire at 60 at the latest. Then I ran some more numbers. If I will continue contributing on average $1,000 a month for the next 10 to 15 years, my end result is that I will not be that much different. With $1,000 contribution, my ending numbers will be around $1.7 to $2.1 million. Obviously, it is more money, but now we are getting into the territory. Is it justified to continue working hard and making sure to contribute money in order to come out with $300,000 to $500,000 more net worth at the end of the day? The reason for me asking, since technically I have my retirement covered, if you agree with my calculations and thought process, yeah, as long as you stay single, don't screw up, and the government doesn't take your money. I just want to kick back and relax basically starting tomorrow. Specifically, I want to do the following: reduce my working hours significantly and possibly take off 5 to 6 months sabbaticals on my own dime. If I will continue working and making my current salary, $100,000 a year, I will end with more disposable income that I could splurge on better vacations, more expensive booze, cigars, basically more expensive leisure things that I did not spend money on before. What are your thoughts on the situation and logic? Also, $200,000 is simply in the brokerage account, not retirement. I am also debt-free and have $20,000 cash rainy day fund, $10,000 cash, blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay, do you own a home? Do you have an overseas account? Do you have crypto? Do you have silver? Do you own property? Have a plan to escape overseas if the bleep hits the fan here? To answer your questions, no, I do not have a home by choice. I prefer to rent since I do not like the headache of home ownership. All right, so you have no exposure to real estate. No overseas account. All right. So you have no, oh crap, I got to go now fund. No crypto or silver. Personally, I consider these two assets a waste of money. Oh, good. Don't listen to The Economist. Please keep the answers below confidential. All right. You have a place you can move to. And you'd like to explore another part of the world. So no, you don't have enough. No. Look. If it was perfect and this was the old school United States and we respected property rights here, I wouldn't worry about it. But we're increasing the percentage of parasites in this nation. They're not going to give a damn about your 401k or IRA. They're going to take it. There will be a wealth tax coming. And you better make sure you have wealth outside the United States. You better, and you should be able to leave. Look, yes, with technology advancing as much as it has, we should be able to be like the Jetsons. You work a 3-hour workday and you go have fun. But we have basically all added production has now gone to welfare and a couple wars, I might add too. All right. And what you have to do, your risk is not your numbers. Your numbers are fine. Yeah, you could, you wouldn't have to squirrel away any more money for retirement. And that should allow you to retire. But you have to account for the fact that politically, the percentage of the population that is parasitic is increasing. They will simply vote to steal your money. They'll claim it's legal and moral and just because they voted for it. They call that democratic socialism. It's socialism still the same. They're legally stealing your money. Right? So you have to provide and account for that. And I'm sorry, guys, I don't like it any more than you. I would like to just sit down and relax and take it easy. No, I have to build a life raft. And you don't have any life raft. You have no crypto. You have no precious metals. You have the potential for residency in a foreign country, which is good. But do you have property over it? And everyone should be looking to get some kind of toehold in a foreign country that respects property rights and that you can go to. That the United States cannot confiscate. That's why I like land. The United States can't go over there and bulldoze the land and take your land. Don't build a building there. Just own land. Don't have like financial accounts. Federal government could come in and say, like, hey, you do what we tell you, whatever, Slovakia. You give us back that guy's money, or we're going to shut you down and put sanctions on you. But they can't take the land. I guess they could put toxic waste on it or something like that. It's that until you got that, no, you don't have enough to retire. I would also say, look, dude, you're 30. To be perfectly honest, you're a young dumbass. But that's not because of you personally. It's just because you're 30. You're young. All young people are dumbasses. So what I'm going to recommend, have you tried retirement? Do you know what that's like? So what I'll recommend you do is a couple things, right? One, I want you to go and afford the finer things in life. Okay? But that means you're going to have to keep working. You're not you are not taking 5 to 6 months off. All right. What I want you to do is keep your job. All right. And instead of throwing more money into your retirement funds, though you should if you get a match. I mean, that's free money. Okay. So please do that. But right, you've earned it. You know what? Why don't you go afford finer scotch? Why don't you afford a nice cigar? Why don't you do some traveling? And why don't you do it for at least 2 or 3 years? Certainly 1 year. At the end of the year, maybe let's just do 1 year, all right? At the end of the year, ask yourself, am I happier? Was it worth it? And you're like, oh, things aren't worth it. Okay. Then you think, I like to travel. I like to, okay. Why don't you save up a little bit of money, all right? And see if you can work remotely. That would be the ideal world where you could work remotely and travel at the same time. So if you could pull that off, then go travel. Go to the culture that you want to check out. Go check out all the countries in that culture. And then after a year, say, am I happier? Now you might be, and you may not be. I'm going to guess you're going to find out, oh, it's just doing things differently. And what you're going to find out is like, I have to fill my time. I'm going to have to fill my time. And also in doing these only for a short little bit of time, you're actually going to see how it affects your budget. You're like, oh, dang, I got to work more. And so this will provide you context and experience about your finances and about what you value and derive happiness and joy and utility out of in life. And then you can make the decision whether or not you'd like to retire. In other words, what I want you to do is try retirement a little bit, like enjoying some of the finer things and doing some travel without giving up your job, to realize the paradox of retirement is that if you retire, then you have nothing to do in life and that everything has final novelty. You will get sick of everything. And people who retire, they're like, usually they end, if they're not working or doing something, they will end themselves. They will self-delete. And here you are 30 years old. Dude, that is a long time until you die. And here's another thing like, oh, 200,000 by the time I'm 55. Well, what if your parents lived till they were 90? That money's got to cover you for 35 years. I'll tell you that's not enough money to cover your ass. So what I'm having you do is figure out first whether you should even stop working, whether that would be something good. And there's no way I can convince you of that until you actually go out and travel and get a little taste for retirement and the finer things, and then ask yourself, is this worth it? But no, you're not retiring. Dude, I'll just tell you now, if you want hard facts, you absolutely have to work till you're 40 and take that money and buy some property overseas or some diversify into crypto or silver or something like that. By the way, I can't guarantee these are all insurance. They're not investments, they're insurance. Hope you never have to use. Hope their value goes down to zero. That means things are going well here in the United States. But you need to have a plan B. You need to have a backup plan in case they go full tyranny here and start taking all your money and your wealth. And it doesn't even have to be full. It could just be Sweden or Finland. Oh, we're taxing people at 60%. Yeah. Enjoy the foreign $10 we let you have. So yeah, you have not provided for worst case scenarios. You are planning on things just going as they always have been. And I am not that optimistic. So go ahead, try your retirement, try a micro retirement, see how it works. Don't give up your job, but go enjoy finer things, try materialism, and then go and travel a little bit for a year, see how that works. And then be like, oh, life is not fulfilling. I need to do something. Or who knows, maybe you're one of the lucky few like, this is great. I could do this forever. Well, God bless you. You're a better man than me. But you need to test this first before you give up your highly paid career. That's it. Boom. Yeah, no kidding, Rahul. Yep, BC Andy. Yep. Yeah, you ain't joking. All right. See you guys later. Toodles.